Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trackside Talks. This is the workout edition. Zachary and I are currently hitting a little bench press. Zachary currently is bench pressing, but we're going to switch back and forth as we recap Monza and look ahead to Baku. So, first things first, why don't you give us a little your take on the Monza week as you bench press?
I think Max was very impressive. I mean, best driver of the season, in my opinion. To just like the fact that he could keep up with a McLaren from behind in second place while the McLaren couldn't keep up with him. I thought that was crazy impressive. And I don't know. I just think that if Max was in a McLaren right now, I think he would just be blowing everybody out of the water because he makes almost virtually no mistakes. It seems like. In that Red Bull, like, he'll go a whole race weekend, even if he ends up 4th or 5th, and he's still, made about no mistakes.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is how often it feels like he can just, it's almost like, all right, we can switch out now. I'll take a turn. It almost seems like he can just pick when he wants to win, because it seems like every time that he does win, it's a very, commanding victory, and that was definitely true this weekend. With him sticking the McLaren at the beginning and then eventually overtaking him and going for the win. So very impressive from him. And what was your take on the little McLaren switcheroo at the end?
I mean, I think McLaren always manages to screw up the strategy if both their drivers are in contention for podium spots. And I think they did the right thing switching them back because that's what they did for Oscar last year, essentially, at least. So, I think they did the right thing, and I don't think it's going to end up mattering, though, in the championship.
Yeah. I can definitely get behind that. I think it's the right decision. I mean, I think neither decision, was going to be, everyone was going to agree with it. Oh.
More.
One more?
Yeah. One more.
Does.
One more, come on, they hate you because they hate you. One more.
No, I'm done. But I feel like there was not a good option, any way you look at it, but I think that was, no, don't throw it to me. I think that was the better of the two options, as, Nico Rosberg said in an interview, after the race, that he agrees with me that it was a bad decision, but he had, but they had just had to make a hard decision, and I think they made the right one. And I think it just makes sense because Lando really did fight. I mean, Oscar really was not ever in contention for second place, so to give him that just because of a team error, I think that's not okay. So I'm happy with how that turned out. Carlos with, again, not another very good weekend with the collision. How did Esteban do?
Nothing special,
Nothing special, yeah.
Just nothing much.
Yeah, another impressive weekend from Alex Albon. He's just been super consistent this entire year, with just points again and again and again. Yeah, and I think if he could get to a team like Mercedes, then, I guess you could have the argument that he's already been to Red Bull, so he's already had a chance to prove his worth. But I think he's gotten better since his time at Red Bull, so I think it'd be interesting to see what he could do at a better team.
So I think that McLaren, after they most likely win in Baku, and they have the Constructors' Championship sealed, should let the two guys race not as teammates anymore, but just as regular racing competitors, and if they have a bad pit stop, then that's fine. And if they have a bad strategy, then that's fine. They're not doing any more team orders because I think it just makes it a little bit less intense between the two because then every mistake just gets fixed automatically.
Well, see, I think I disagree with that a little bit because I think, for example, last weekend, hang on, let me hit a little bench. I think last weekend, it would be really unfair to take away all of Lando's, big effort, and just take it away from a team mistake that has nothing to do with him. I think that that's wrong. I think it was clear. I think it was clear to see that he had a much better race. So I agree that they should like let him race and like don't ask him to switch cars if one of them's faster. But I think that in a circumstance such as that,
You got
then
one more.
they should let the two race.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. But
Or not let the two race. That they should switch the position. Like that they should do what they did this weekend.
I'm still gonna do this.
Okay. All right. Your
But
turn.
I think, one more thing I had to add. Like, if a team in the real F1 world makes a mistake against a different team, they don't get to just say, well, since we had a bad pit stop, let's just swap the drivers.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Anywho, in terms of our Zachary's hitting a little bench press now. In terms of our standings for our predictions so far this year, in the Monza race, Zachary accounted for 15 points, and I got 11 points, bringing the season total to Zachary 34, Sam 28. So I'm going to need a bit of a comeback here in the next couple of races. And in terms of our subscriber war with the other Trackside Talks, they have 64 subscribers, and we have 33 subscribers. So make sure to get subscribed to YouTube and follow us on Spotify and Instagram. So now we are going to go ahead and make predictions for Baku.
All right, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. In first, I have Lando Norris.
Okay.
In second, I'm going to have Oscar Piastri, so McLaren 1-2. Then I have Charles Leclerc. Then George Russell. And then I'm going to have Max on a little bit of a hangover after his win in Monza in 5th. And then Kimi in 6th. Lewis in 7th. And then I'm going to have Isaac in 9th. And Yuki Tsunoda 10th.
Okay, good list. I'm going to throw Lando at 1 as well. I'm going to throw Max 2nd.
Wow.
I'm going to throw Oscar 3rd. I'm going to throw George 4th. I'm going to throw Lewis 5th. I'm going to throw Charles
Lewis above Charles. Okay.
6th. I'm going to throw... Let's please not be making a ruckus. I'm going to throw Lance Stroll at 7. Sorry, at 8. And then at 9, I'm going to throw Carlos.
Dude, that's a lot of throwing.
And at 10, I'm going to put Liam Lawson. So that rounds out our double top 10.
Mine's better. Comment if you agree.
Yeah, comment whose top 10 you agree with, or just comment your own top 10. But that is...
We're talking to you.
But that is all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Trackside Talks. Make sure to get prepared for the next episode.
Adios.